let's talk about this is a controversial idea for something I think could go in the next workers and resources, maybe Chinese Republic. Just an FYI, I did some research on how often people Google or in YouTube search for workers and resources Chinese Republic, and you can't stop people from doing this. So there's like 2,000 searches per month, and there's no like actual content. There's no, obviously the game doesn't exist yet that we know of. Maybe, maybe there's something going on we don't know about. But there's something like 2,000 per month in searches. That'll probably go up as the rumors, as an expansion gets closer and closer. And I have a controversial idea. It has to do with custom houses. So we talk about AI and robotics becoming a bigger and bigger problem. Like the reason under capitalism they are the end of civilization, and the reason why the U.S. and most Western nations are falling behind economically is because there is no universal basic income. There is no way of taking care of people when machines do the jobs because it is essentially a slave system, right? So if you don't do work, you're going to be homeless. That's just how modern Western culture works. And that's not good, right? It doesn't, it basically means that people will act like Luddites. They're going to want to get rid of robots as a result. So the controversial idea that I have for maybe a future view on a socialist republic would be to have robots available at the custom house instead of workers. What do you think of that idea? Is that like you're purchasing robots that work as workers? Maybe so then in your factories, like maybe this is after the year 2030, okay? Or 2025, let's say. Maybe your prefab panel factory has, instead of 65 worker slots, maybe it also has room for 10 robot slots. And all certain buildings have robot slot workers too. So this would be a new game mechanic for the expansion where you have robots you can purchase from the border. Maybe you buy them. I don't know. Maybe they're permanent things. Maybe you rent them. Maybe the only way you get them is from the custom house until you get the supply chain to build your own. But I think it's a bit of a controversial mechanic, but it would improve your economy. And I think it is realistic that a percentage of your buildings can be manned by robots. And therefore, it's very realistic, especially in a future era of socialism. So what do you think of that? That to put robots, possibly AI, maybe certain AI, like maybe AI slots exist in school where YouTube's used to teach certain classes, which might make a lot of sense to displace teacher jobs, which again are probably a good portion could be automated too in terms of actual knowledge content, right? But I think it would be a cool idea to put robots in the game for a future socialism economic modeling. Have robot slots in the factories, like a certain amount, and the ability to buy them at the border, and or like an advanced industry. Add a few more here, robot manufacturing. Maybe put a couple of steps in between to make it a real challenge. Maybe it takes a lot of research to develop it in the tech tree, and it improves your economy. So, yeah, there's an idea for somewhat controversial idea for workers and resources, Chinese Republic.